Alright, so I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's get straight into the workout. So before I work out, I like to start off with a good plank. It's very good to warm up your core muscles, which is very, very important for injury prevention. Now, me personally, I like to do a plank for about a minute. Pay attention to my form. You can see my form is absolutely immaculate, and that came from months of physical therapy where they showed me how to do a good form plank. So with that being said, make sure that your form is correct and make sure that you're warming up properly so that you don't have to go to physical therapy like me. I'm trying to save you guys months here, okay? I'm trying to save you guys months of pain, months of coming out of pocket for $50 a week. I'm trying to help you guys out here, man. Do your planks. Do not neglect your core. Always start your workouts with a core workout. Planks, it can be crunches, anything like that, but typically planks tend to be better than ab raises or crunches or anything like that because it's more of your deep core muscles, which are the muscles that you can't see, but the muscles that stabilize you. So you know how people wear those belts when they squat? This is basically what you're working on. You're basically creating your own internal belt. Now, as you can see, we go from the straight plank to the side plank. Typically, I like to go for about a minute on each side as well. Doing that right there is going to help with your obliques and just all of those deep core muscles that I was talking about, the stabilization muscles. This will help with your balance. This will help with your overall strength and everything else in between. And most importantly, injury prevention. Now, as you can see, we're doing the other side right here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, doing these planks on the concrete was not easy. I did this for you guys. You'll probably never catch me doing that again because my elbows were down atrocious when I finished this video. And it was hot outside, but that's besides the point, man. Do your planks. Now, after I finish my planks or whatever core warm-up I decide to do, I typically like to warm up my legs and the rest of my body by doing jump rope. Jumping rope is probably the best full body warm-up that there is, in my opinion. You get a good workout. As you can see, I messed up right there. I'm not perfect, I mess up too. I don't really have a specific number in mind of how many reps I want to do or how much time I want to go. I just listen to my body, and once my body feels ready to progress to the next part of my workout, that's when I stop. Now, after I warm up my core and my legs and just the rest of my body, I like to do squats. Squats are the best leg workout that you can do, plain and simple. Now, obviously in this workout, I'm not using any weights, but you can use weights if you want, whether you want to use dumbbells or kettlebells, or even if you want to use a barbell. Squats are the best leg exercise that there is. There's so many different variations of it. There's the jump squat, the pistol squat, all of these advanced things, but in my opinion, nothing beats the good old-fashioned regular squat. Now, I know I could be going a little bit further down, but it's very important that you know your range. If you know that you're not the most mobile person, don't try to go below parallel. Don't try to push your body beyond what it's capable of, because that's how you end up in physical therapy like me. Now, I like to superset my squats with single leg RDLs. Now, single leg RDLs are a little more complex of an exercise. As you can see, we're basically just, I don't even know how to describe this workout. I think you just need to look at it and analyze it yourself. But the most important things to remember are you're hinging at the hips. Okay, so you're not reaching down with your upper body. Think of your hip as a hinge, and you're hinging at the hip. So you can see my lower and upper body are staying pretty much straight with the exception of the one leg that stays planted. This is a hamstring exercise. You'll exercise whichever hamstring of the leg is planted at the time. You can also add weight to this workout as well if you want to get more hamstring work in. And it also helps you with your balance, your coordination, core stability. It's an overall great workout. Another workout that I learned in physical therapy. So just know that the stuff that I'm showing you guys in this video, it's official. Okay, it is official. I spent hundreds of dollars to acquire this information, and I am passing it on to you for free 99. Free 99. All I ask of you is that you do it. As you can see, we did the single leg RDLs with each leg, and now we're going to superset that with calf raises. Okay, pay attention to the pace. You want to make sure that you're going slow, and you want to make sure that you're holding and squeezing at the top. Now, what do I mean by that? Basically, you want to make sure that there's as much tension in your calves as possible when you're at the top of that motion. Calf raises are obviously a great way to work out your lower legs, which in tandem with squats and single leg RDLs means that you'll get a very complete leg workout. And just like with squats and single leg RDLs, you can add weights to these. So every workout that you see in this video, you can add weights to. You can see we're going to the upper body portion of the workout. I like to do pull-ups. You guys know that very well. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I do favor pull-ups. I don't know what it is about them. They're just very enjoyable for me to do. I don't know if that makes me sound weird or anything, but I just find joy in doing pull-ups. I also like to superset them with push-ups. However many pull-ups I do twice as many push-ups. So I did 10 pull-ups in this set, I do 20 push-ups. Now, this is the shoulder workout right here. These are elevated pike push-ups. Now, forgive me if my form is not perfect on these. This was literally my first time ever trying these. I just came up with this on the fly for this video. I didn't even plan on filming a workout video that day. Okay, I just pulled my camera out and started filming. Now, the reason why I'm doing them elevated is because I don't quite have full mobility in my back just yet. As you can see, I'm struggling to maintain that V shape, but if you have that mobility that you need to do them, then you can just do them on the ground. This part of the video right here, you can go ahead and skip this if you are okay with doing physical therapy for 6 months. But if you're not okay with doing physical therapy for 6 months, then I would strongly suggest, I would highly advise you to pay attention to this part of the video, because this is probably the most important part, the stretching. Now, the first stretch that I like to do is the butterfly stretch. Very good stretch for your hips, very good stretch for your lower back, especially if you lean into it like I'm doing in this video. And the most important thing is to make sure that you're breathing. Make sure that you are breathing through every single one of these stretches. Now, one variation of this is to lean to the side. Very good stretch for somebody with a tight lower back. I almost always feel a good pop and instant relief. Now, this stretch right here, I call this the money stretch. It's actually called the figure 4 stretch, but for anybody with lower back pain, and particularly a herniated disc, this is the money stretch. This will help you out probably more than any other stretch in the video, save for the last stretch. This stretch right here will feel absolutely crazy the first few times that you do it, and that's how you know that it's working. Now, I could try to describe it to you guys, but just try it for yourself. Just try it for yourself. It's really a good hip flexor stretch. That's the main purpose behind it, stretching your hip flexors and just reducing that tightness in your back. And another thing that I forgot to mention is that I typically like to hold these stretches for about a minute each, which I know it sounds time consuming, but I promise you, you have 10 minutes to do your stretches. You have 10 minutes. Either you spend 10 minutes doing these stretches or you spend 6 months in physical therapy like me. You make the decision for yourself which one is a better use of your time. Now, the next stretch, I don't know what this one is called. I don't know how to describe it. You can pretty much just look at it and see for yourself. The most important thing with this one is make sure that you're applying just enough pressure on your leg such that you feel a good stretch, but no pain, okay? You don't want to push it too hard. Now, with this one right here, especially if you're breathing properly, if you have a tight back, this one is almost always going to give you a good pop, a good crack. So if that's something that you're looking for, this should be the go-to stretch for you. This one will almost always work for you. And now we're gonna go from that one to basically the opposite. You're opening your leg instead of pushing your leg over the other one. In this case, I'm pulling my leg such that my hip flexors or my hips in general just feel a lot more open. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but if you try the stretch out, you'll see what I mean. The most important thing with this one is to make sure that you're keeping the rest of your body as straight as you possibly can while pulling your leg open. That way you get the maximum stretch that you can possibly get. And as you can see, I'm getting bored as hell. Stretching can be boring, man, I'm not gonna lie. Stretching can be very boring. Okay, like I said, it can be 10 minutes, but 10 minutes can feel like a long time. luckily for you, most of my videos are about 10 minutes, so there you go. You can stretch and watch my videos at the same time. Kill two birds with one stone. Now, as you can see, we're basically just gonna do the same exact stretches that we just did, but on the other side. And now we're gonna do that hip opener on the other side as well. Now, this is one that they showed me in physical therapy. I had particularly tight hamstrings, so basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your leg at a 90-degree angle, straighten your leg out as much as you can, and you're going to flex your quad and flex your ankle as well. And you're gonna feel this in your hamstring, in the back of your knee, in your calf muscle, in your Achilles. You're gonna feel it basically all the way down the back of your leg. This stretch right here, this is another money stretch. This is called the child's pose. Basically, you're going to sink your butt to your heels. Okay, bring your butt as close to your heels as you possibly can while keeping your arms straight out ahead. This is actually one of the poses that I like to meditate in from time to time. Very, very good lower back stretch. And a really good variation of the child's pose is to walk your arms over to the side while keeping your legs straight. This will give you a very good stretch in your lats. So if you like to do a lot of pull-ups like I do, this will be another money stretch for you. You'll feel the stretch all the way from your lats down to that hip on the same side. So do that on each side, and between that and the regular child's pose, you'll feel absolutely amazing. Now, this stretch right here is another money stretch. This is known as the cat-cow. Okay, I could describe it to you, but you see what I'm doing on the screen. Now, this is one of those stretches that if you do it in the gym, like I do, people might look at you funny. But I promise you, if you have lower back tightness or just back tightness in general, this is a game changer. Now, as you can see, I'm doing it very slow and controlled, and I'm emphasizing, even exaggerating that arch in my back, and that's what you want to do. This will really stretch your back out in the best way possible. Pause. Now, the next stretch is the upward facing dog, I believe. I might be mistaken on that, but it's the upward facing dog, except that you're keeping your pelvis on the floor. Now, if you have lower back tightness, any type of lower back problems, this is another money stretch. When you combine this with the child's pose and the cat-cow, this is a game changer. This will change your life. Okay, literally, this will change your entire existence.